They stood at the tall mirror in the side hall while she adjusted the sash on his ceremonial coat. The mirror was Talakian, heavy, honest in a cruel way. It did not try to flatter anyone. It only reflected what the body had already said before the soul managed to object. In the reflection stood an old man, still tall, but no longer through strength, through a lifetime of straightening the back on command. His face was scored by years the council had never recorded among the honors. The warm, dark skin of the East did not hide age. It only carried it differently, like parched earth after a long sun. Beside him stood a woman who looked 25. White hair, cool graphite skin, shoulders bared by the light green and white cut that for the people was elvish, for the elves foreign, and for her simply uncomfortably beautiful. Her face was nearly unchanged. Only her eyes betrayed that youth in her was an exterior thing, not a truth. That is how strangers would have seen them. An old general and a young woman, perhaps a young elf. Sahir looked differently. He saw the woman to whose guild he had carried flowers for 5 years, pretending to be passing by chance. He remembered that day at the border when he had ridden in among the high elves who were pulling her by the ears, laughing over whether an Eldrin would die if first they broke her. Then she had been a friend who understood his silence before he learned to understand it himself. Then a wife at the first loss, when both of them still thought the world could be less cruel than the laws of blood. Vaelira looked differently too. She did not see only an 80-year-old man with aching ribs and back. She saw the 20-year-old soldier in his first year of service who had done a stupid, righteous, and costly thing. She remembered him returning from the elven dungeons, ribs healed badly, and eyes that for a long time held no light. And beneath all of that, a man who had never used his own suffering as the price of her gratitude. "The mirror lies," he said. She adjusted his sash. "No, the mirror tells the truth to people who do not know what they are looking at." The maidservant coughed in the doorway. Sahir did not turn round at once. Vaelira did. "Documents from the chancellery, my lady." The maidservant looked at the reflection. For a brief moment, her face held the same awkward equation that Vaelira had known for centuries. His old age, her youth, their closeness, a result that did not fit propriety. "Leave them on the table," said Vaelira. The maidservant left too quietly. When the door closed, Sahir was still looking into the mirror. "That is how they see us." "Yes. You as too young, me as too old. They are only wrong in the first part." He looked at her. "And the second?" She touched his hand. "In the second they are right, and that is why it hurts." He was silent for a moment. Then he looked at her gown. "You do not like this cut." "No. You wore it." "Yes. For me?" "No, for the salt ledgers." He smiled as much as the rain would allow. "Tomorrow you will wear the colored tunic," she said. "It does not befit a soldier to look like a Western merchant after 3 cups of mead. You are no longer in field service. The document has not gone cold yet. All the more reason, best offend it while it is warm." He laughed truly, quietly, briefly, like a man who must mind his ribs even when laughing.